Shadow Clone Jutsu. Now there's multiple copy of myself. It's like, Hiya! So anyway, today we'll be doing a quote by, well, I don't know if it's he actually said this, I don't know, but they have it as a quote. If you don't like your destiny, don't accept it. Instead, have the courage to change it the way you want it to be. So many of us believe that there is this thing that control us, whether it's people believe that God is in control of their life. But what they don't understand that they can work with this power, right? Anyway, that's um, once we understand that we're not in control of, because I was watching an amazing video by Ralph Smart and he was talking about we're not in control of anything. And but we human want control, you know. And the way that I see it, this is a long time ago. I used to believe that there's this magical strings that are keeping us not where we want it to be, right? Where we have a choice to become someone that we always wanted to be, or we can let external circumstances control us and our thinking, which will lead us to the end results that we do not want. You know, this show it's about a young boy who lost his parents during a ninja war. But it's been a long time since I haven't watched this, but he wanted he didn't have any friends. People looked down on him, and he felt that he was alone. Each and every one of us felt alone sometimes, right? No matter if you're, let's say, if you're in a relationship, you feel like you're alone, or you feel like you have friends but they don't talk to you, right? Or they've forgotten how to talk to people. They have forgotten how to interact with human beings. Um, we believe that certain things that control us and hold us to not getting what we want. We think that faith dealt us with a bad hand, but we can change our destiny by changing the way. See, I would. So I was thinking about how people always say I don't live in the past, right? People say that uh, we don't live in the past. I always keep moving on to the future. I keep moving on. That's false, actually, because I was connecting the dots. Because I realized that you cannot forget the past. You cannot. Most people think that they can forget the past, but that's a false illusion. You cannot forget the past. For the past actually make who you are. The past is actually in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind files your past experience and what you experienced in the past and what you see in the past. So you can't really forget the past. That would be impossible because all the what you see, taste, and touch files and it stores in your deep part of your mind. But the thing is, most people don't understand that is this thing, the past controls our behavior towards other people, towards ourselves, towards our future, right? It's the past, right? Your subconscious mind actually dealt with your past. No matter how much you want to, like, think about it. If people said they move on to the future or to the present, then they wouldn't be limited by their comfort zone, right? It's the same thing as your future. So here's the thing: most people believe that. So let's talk about it. Most of the world believe that having a safe job will give you a secure job. But I was watching a video about millennials, and they're barely having enough to pay the rent for their housing, and that's very different from before. And I was like, wow, that they're having difficulty. So if you're having difficulty, whether it's in your job or whatever, if you don't if you don't like your job, and you don't like, you want it to be free, if you don't like your crappy boss, then you must decide for yourself. Are you willing to put up for that, or are you willing to create something for the future that going to come? Because by building the future, or by building it in the present moment, you're building momentum for the future that will come. Because the thing is, if you're working in a job that you hate, and you're creative and you're an artist, and you have not start, see, most people listen to the outside world, their parents, their teachers, and societies, right? And they haven't start creating their art online. They haven't create a video or a art and posting it on YouTube platform. Most people miss out on understanding that you don't have, see, you have time, but you don't have time. You don't have time because when you're working for 9 to 5, you don't have time. So during those moments, that when you're working, at least create one video and post it on YouTube if you're working, and let it grow and keep growing. But the thing is, most people don't do it. Most people want to live their life as if it doesn't work out. Most people say why good things happen to bad things happen to good people, because you let your response to external circumstances happen. It's the same thing as when, for me, external circumstances happen. So I must, some days are hard for me, because because I guess we are trying to build a future that we want. Because if we don't build a future that, if you're building a future that you don't want, sooner or later you're going to live that future, and you do not like that future. And why I love Naruto show, it reminds me of a kid who has nothing, who has no friends, who has no future, and everybody looked down on him because he had inside of him a demon fox, that demon that destroyed their village, their families. But he created a future where he had friends, where people look up to him, people admire him, people respect him, and he had connection. He became the most powerful, and he created that future because he would not dare give up, believing that he's going to become the Hokage, and he did become Hokage. So that story says a lot about you. People let their past, because here's the thing, you're chained by the past because of your subconscious mind. People said they will forget the we oftentimes we say we'll forget the past, but that is not necessarily so. I thought I forgot my past, but my past is still in me. It's still in my subconscious. In each and every way, it still controls my behavior and how I see things and how I act towards others. So your past will always be there, but we have to make a conscious choice to either let our subconscious control our future, or we make a conscious decision to not let the our thoughts dictate our future, or our circumstances dictate our future. We decide who we're going to be, who we're going to become, and it start with that one step. Like everybody don't want to start because they believe it's too hard. They have all these reasons that paralyze them, and not let them move towards the greater good. Most often not. Most people have this illusion of if they wait for the good time will come. But it will never come if they don't start. The good things that happen to people is by starting, not by waiting. Subscribe to my channel, like my video because your future can change, and that is what about. This is what this this channel is about. It's about changing into taking that first step, into taking realization that things can come around. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.